work quietly and follow along. At any point, click the pause button to catch up or take a break. Hello, today we're going to be monoprinting, and monoprinting means we are making one copy of something. And with printmaking, remember, printmaking is making a copy of something. And we're going to be making a drawing in paint, and then we'll be able to copy it over to a paper. That's part of the printmaking process. Now, what you have to remember with the printmaking process is you never know how it's going to turn out, and it's all about trial and error. We're not hoping for anything perfect the first couple times, but once we learn the correct amount of paint and the technique, you get better and better the more you practice. So what we have here is a small tray and some tin foil. With your tin foil, lay it flat and up against the edges. This is going to make for really nice, easy prints, and for the paint to come off the tray nice and easily, this nice flat surface. There you go. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take a little paint with a paintbrush. Go across the tin foil, back and forth, and just make sure you have a nice thin layer of paint. You don't want it so thin, see in these areas where you can see the tin foil through, but just enough where you get a nice coverage. And it helps to go back and forth different ways so you get a nice even coat of paint. There we go. There you go. It's also really shiny, so that might look a little crazy in the video. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take a Q-tip, and you're going to draw some type of design. And when you, with your Q-tip, push kind of hard, not too hard though where you break it, but just enough where you're able to move the paint out of the way on your surface. Next, you're going to take a piece of paper. I have these small pieces of paper, and lay it, don't drop it in your paint, just set it down, use your fingers to guide it. Then I hold it with one hand, and I take two fingers and I rub back and forth. I also do little circles. I like to start by going around kind of close to the edge, and then I work my way towards the center. What we're doing is we are now pushing the paint onto the paper. It's going to transfer your design. And you'll see exactly what I mean in just a minute. Wherever there is paint, make sure you go over your design too, directly in the center. The paper will curl on you. That means the paint has stuck to it in those areas and it's probably ready to be lifted. So I like to just release my hands and I wait for the paper to kind of curl up, and I peel back. There is my print. It's obviously not perfect. You can see where paint is more on in certain areas than others, but that's okay. You can clearly see my design, and that's what we were going for. We made a copy. See how our print is transferred from our original drawing onto paper. Pretty amazing monoprint. Let's make another. I'm just going to set that one aside. You're going to repeat the same process. We're going to take a little paint on our paintbrush and go back and forth. Apply some paint, especially where you just made your drawing for your monoprint. I'm going to go back and forth again. There we go. Back and forth, making sure there's no light areas in the paint. See, I also have some shine, so that's probably what you're seeing as well in the video. Back to your Q-tip, we're going to begin by drawing another design. It can be something completely different. For this one, I'm going to work on doing hearts. And what I want you to think about is how close can you get the paint to, like, all your drawing lines together without the paint like mushing into it when we do the monoprint. It's kind of a test to see how everything happens. And here's some fun lines around that. Okay, another piece of paper. Here we go. Setting it in and giving it a 2-finger rub. Here we go. Starting with the outsides. And now I can kind of start to feel my paper starting to curl a little bit. I'm going to make sure I rub all my areas. And here it goes. I like to peel down and up. Whoa, see? This is all about trial and error. So that means I had a little too much paint in some of the areas where you couldn't quite see my lines. That's okay. The amazing thing with monoprinting with tinfoil is we just put it off to the side and we start again by grabbing some more paint. Again, this is all about the printmaking process. You just never know how it's gonna turn out. Even the great printmaking masters have to redo and learn and do it at least probably 200 times to get the perfect print. Let's try it again. I feel like I might have a little too much paint there, so I'm gonna kind of go back and just move the paint around a little more. Here we go. I'm gonna try it again. What makes a difference is I didn't push very hard on my lines. Here you can see where I really pushed hard, and here I need a little bit more pressure. You can always try to go back and go over that as well. We're gonna do another heart around the outside. Don't forget about the pressure. There we go. It's a little more clear than last time. I'm gonna do kind of the same design again so we can really see how it might, change things. You can also print on different colored pieces of paper. Here I'm gonna be doing green. Different paper will have different effects with the paint. This is just your basic construction paper, while the other paper was a little more like cardstock, a little more sturdy. It's all about experimenting, okay, artists? Just do what you can and see what happens. Here we go. Making sure I have all the areas. You can kind of feel it with your fingers where the Q-tip pulled away some of the paint. I'm gonna get this bottom corner nice. I'm not applying too much pressure. I'm just kind of rubbing my fingers over the top of it. Here we go. Oh, wow, much better. See, we're getting better as we practice. Awesome job. I'm gonna set that aside. You see how we made a copy too? And we get to choose different pieces of paper. That's how you monoprint on tinfoil. Super fun. Make as many designs as you can. Bye.